Hey there, my name's Ethan, and today I want to share with you how I got my bachelor's degree done in around 15 months, just a little bit over a year. On average, it takes around 4 to 5 years to get a bachelor's degree done, and that's also being a full-time student. So I was able to get my business degree done 3 to 4 years faster than on average, with no student loans, completely free, while still working a full-time job. The school that made this possible is Western Governors University. It is a fully accredited college, and it's a completely online school that has a large selection of business, technology, health and nursing, and education degrees, ranging from anywhere from bachelor's degrees to master's degrees, and even a bunch of certificates as well. Personally, I got a business management degree in business administration, as you can see right here. As you can see right here, I finished all of my credits. I had 18 transfer in from some dual enrollment classes I did while in high school, and then one HR class that transferred because of my military transcript. Then in my first term, I did 30 credits. My second term, I did 39. And this last term, I just finished 35 to total up the 122 I need for my bachelor's. And once again, I'm just waiting for them to send me that in the mail, but I am completely done with school. Now, WGU is a lot different than traditional college. It's all online and it is competency based, which means you don't have grades. You either pass or you fail the class. So in a general course, you will have a objective assessment or either a practical assessment. The practical assessments are usually just like papers, get the paper done. There's a rubric. If you go line by line with what the rubric wants, you'll pass it. And then if it's an objective assessment, it's a big exam you take whenever you feel that you are ready to pass it. Right here, you can see the O stands for objective assessment, which is that exam at the end, and the P at the bottom, that last class, stands for performance assessment, which would be a paper. And you can see the dates on the side of when I was starting and finishing these classes. As you can see, I was having a pretty fast pace. Now, this is also one of the things that I really love about WGU. It takes a lot of that BS out of school. All these busy assignments, these homework assignments, these discussion boards, all the stuff that drags out over weeks and weeks because you have to, in person, you have to go to school, I don't know, 2 to 3 times a week or so, or however many times, and then you're sitting through it and it's drug out. At WGU, it's at your own pace. The more work you put in, the more you get out. You can get through classes as fast as you want to. So basically, once I start a course, I study, I put everything into it. As soon as I'm ready and I feel competent that I know all the information needed to pass the test, I take the test, and as long as I score enough in each section, it'll show that I'm competent, and then I'll pass the class, completely done, and move on to the next one. Now, if this sounds sketchy to you, that's perfectly acceptable as a response because it did to me as well, but it also sounded really nice if it was legit. It sounded actually too good to be true. So I did my own research and everything. It's an accredited school. It's a very popular school, growing in popularity over the last couple of years, and it's going to be accepted by any employer just like any other school. Also, I'm in the military, and it is accepted by the military as one of their degrees. And in the military, you have to have a 4 years degree to become an officer, so there's integrity there, and they're not going to pay for it if they don't see it as a real degree. So even the military pays for WGU degrees. Now, the school is also self-paced, so instead of a traditional semester, you get is what is called a term. So at WGU, it is a 6-month term. You start with 4 classes for a full-time student, and once you get those done, you can add more classes from your future semesters to your current one. So if you can go through them fast, you can literally get done as many classes as you want to in a term, which can save you a lot of money. So showing you the tuition right here, the average yearly bachelor's tuition for WGU is $8,000 a year compared to the national average, which is $16,618. So it's about $4,000 per semester. And when you're paying that $4,000, the faster you get through, the more money you're saving because you could do it in 1, 2, 3, or 4 less terms if you go through it really fast. I will also say most people don't go through that fast. Most people take their time. Most people are working full-time and stuff like that, and they just go at a traditional pace. When I talked to my mentor at the end, he said my pacing was around that top 5% of students. So just know you really have to put in the work if you want to get through it really fast. So for me, I have 0 student loans. This degree was completely free, covered by financial aid and some tuition assistance from the Army Reserve. Now, even with just regular financial aid, you can apply for a couple scholarships and you can easily get that $4,000 covered for each term, most likely. I've always done pretty decent in school, but it wasn't that hard overall. I really did apply myself. As soon as I started class, I just hammered my way through it. I like to just get it out the way, because if I drag out the class, it's just more time I'm putting mental energy into it and stressing about it. So as soon as I would start a course, I would study up, try to get through it as quickly as I can. Some of the easier courses you can do anywhere in maybe even a day or two if you really get after it. Now, some are way more difficult, might take you a week or two if you're going really fast paced. Some people spend a month or two per class, and that's completely okay. It's what works for you with your work-life balance. So for me personally, I do work full-time as a personal trainer. It can be a little less than 40 hours though, somewhere around 20, and that can go up or down based on my weekly schedule. But I was working a full-time job, and also I'm in the Army Reserve. So once a month, I do drill one of those weekends out of the month. So it wasn't just being a full-time student. I was juggling those two things, family life, taking care of my dog, playing video games, like procrastinating a lot. I was not always working on schoolwork, and I still managed to get it done really fast. I would even take breaks. I would do a couple weeks without even working on a course sometimes, because I would get burnt out. Or sometimes I would just dive in, knock out like 3 or 4 courses in 1 month, and then I still have like 3 or 4 left in the whole term. And honestly, the days I even did work on courses, I would just do a very dedicated between 1 and 4 hours. If I was cramming, maybe I would do a little bit longer, but my attention span is not that great anymore. So I would just get super focused up, a little meditation session, and then around 4 to 5 hours, cram it in, and come back to it the next day. And that's how I went through my courses. Usually, like I said, get through each class less than a week for my personal pacing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 classes done in my first month. I did 3 in the second, and then I took my final capstone project. I took a freaking almost month break and then finished it up. Well, if you're still here, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I would love to continue making YouTube videos like this for you with your support, and drop a like so others see this. If you're interested in WGU and have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below and I'll try to get you a response. And then if you are a WGU student taking classes, I do have a video that shows you my breakdown of how I get through classes as quickly as possible. So feel free to go check out that video right here. Thanks for watching, and good luck on getting your degree.